Check this. Oh, that is a weird sensation. I'm not afraid of heights, but that is pretty unnerving. Morning guys, welcome back to Andy P TV, and welcome to Toronto, Ontario, Canada. It's my first time on the entire continent of North America. So of course my first time in Canada. I'm here in my apartment on my second day. Yesterday I was a little jet lagged, a little hungover, nasty combo of the two. So I didn't really do much, went for a pub lunch, got a couple of beers, had Michelin listed Vietnamese takeaway food, the remnants of which are in this bag over here, and then I had an early night. So I woke up really early this morning, about 5 AM, ready to start the day, started planning what I'm going to be doing, started planning my motives, and first thing I'm going to head towards near the harbour front in downtown, and we're going to go to the CN Tower, which has the highest observation point in the Western Hemisphere. I'm always honest with you guys, so I'm going to say I'm underwhelmed. I paid about £700 for this, 6 nights. Let's start with the positives, right? The bed, extremely comfortable. I had a great night's sleep in that thing. We have a decent TV, Netflix, Amazon, all of that lot. The heating is great, it's so warm and toasty and cozy in here. The bathroom's not so bad. You know, fairly modern. The shower takes a little bit of time to heat up, but other than that, can't really complain. We do get free shower gel, free shampoo, really good quality towel to be fair. So the bathroom facilities and amenities, can't complain at all. Space-wise, yeah, I mean it's fine for just one person staying when I'm not really going to be, you know, sitting around in the house too much. Kitchen, it's fine, you know, we've got an oven and everything, we've got a stovetop, shitty electric stovetop though, as in all rental apartments. The bane of my existence, I am not cooking a single meal on that thing. Let's go for a negative. £700, you could at least put me in a couple of bottles of water. And maybe a fresh tub of butter, and not one with fucking toast crumbs in it. That's not getting used. Quite disrespectful to even leave that there, actually. Might as well just left it fully empty. You know, I paid like £60 in Timișoara, Romania, for anybody who's been in the channel that long. And if you have, you'll remember, I had like 6 free bottles of beer in the fridge, loads of savoury and sweet snacks, water, and some homemade plum liquor that the owner makes himself. I know the Romanian and Canadian economy are different, but for when I'm paying this much money for an apartment here, you could throw in just a little bit to show you care, which I don't believe this landlord does. And that brings us to the next point. We don't have any curtains or fucking blinds. No curtains or blinds. So while I'm out here drying off after the shower, anybody downstairs is going to be treated to my pasty white body as I'm drying off naked. You'd think I would have blinds, right? Like, it's not much to ask. Am I being a snob when I expect blinds on my apartment windows, especially when they're overlooking the street? And let's talk about what they're overlooking. Oh, at least I've got some free flip-flops here, but look at the state of the balcony. There's a brush that he obviously never uses. It's fucking disgusting. Across the road we have a lovely health centre. And the main clientele for the health centre, I would imagine, living in the park. Over there. Yeah, there's a homeless tent city occupying the park right now. Which always gives you holiday vibes when you feel guilty for having a warm bed and overlooking the homeless tent city. You really don't expect to see that in Toronto, do you? In Canada. You expect wealth and a utopian society. I mean, I've been to third world countries where you don't see anything as shocking as that, to be honest. Anyway, I'm just about ready to go. I'm going to grab my coat, grab my things. I was going to show you a little bit of the neighbourhood, which is a mixture between a slum and a trendy hipster place yet to be gentrified. But I'll show you that later. Right now I want to walk towards the CN Tower, maybe have a little look at the harbour front while I'm waiting for my allotted time to go up to the observation deck. Well, after some walking through the city surrounded by some of the highest skyscrapers I've ever seen, I've made it to the Toronto Blue Jays Stadium, which I'm not that interested in. I'm not a baseball fan. I find it to be one of the most boring sports on earth. Sorry. But more interestingly, we're finally here at the CN Tower. The tallest observation deck in the Western Hemisphere. But I'm still like 3 hours away from my allotted time slot. Just look at that skyline. Toronto Railway Heritage Centre. How old's this one? This rare wooden tank car was built in 1938, although the builder and original owner are unknown. Looks older than that. Seen better days for sure. Cool little spot. Let's have a look. We've got time to kill. I wouldn't say I'm like a train fanatic or anything, so I don't know how much interest it'll be to me, but something to see. We've got some more vintage trains over here. Alright. Quite a cool juxtaposition with the background, no? These vintage trains with the brand new skyscrapers. Vintage versus the modern world. A photographer could have a field day here. The museum looks closed, so I think I'm probably just gonna head on to the harbour front. We can go inside. Shall I have a look? No. That's a shame. I don't think you can even climb these stairs on this one. Oh well. Well, it would have been interesting, wouldn't it, to see what the cabin looks like, but maybe they do tours or something like that. Well, we're at the harbour front. A little bit underwhelmed. I would have expected Toronto Harbourfront to be a little bit more developed than this, you know, with like a nice promenade, some nice bars and restaurants. Naturally they wouldn't be open at this hour, but we don't see any anywhere. There's like some shitty little beach area with seating, no bar behind it or anything, so you can't enjoy your drink when it's nice weather. It's a nice view. Apparently nearby you can get like a boat to the Toronto Islands, which might be a nice day trip, a nice little idea for me. I think it's over there actually, I think these boats are over here. Take you that way. Oh, actually. Alright, this is a little bit of a nice walk. Maybe I spoke too soon. This looks like what I was talking about. It looks like there's some bars, some restaurants. Nice little walkway. The weather is really nice. There's no wind, the sun's out. It's, dare I say, quite warm, which I was not expecting Canada in November to be. Could be a lot worse. Here I am back in front of the Rogers Centre. It's been about an hour or two since I last checked in, because not much has been going on. I was trying to look for somewhere to buy alcohol and nothing was open that was selling it. Apparently only like select grocery chains and specific beer shops are allowed a liquor license here, which is less than desirable, but I went for breakfast at Tim Hortons, my first time eating at Tim Hortons. Not bad. The steak and egg biscuit was decent, coffee was shit. Which is funny because its specialty is coffee, so you'd expect that wouldn't be the case. Anyway, I went and found the beer store, which is also quite peculiar. They have merchandise, they sell like beer store hats and stuff. It's like a sports merchandise shop. It's supposed to just be like an off license, just sell beer, I don't know. Is that popular? Do people nip in and think, you know what I need alongside my Creator beers? I need a beer store hat. Just so when I walk around, everyone knows that I drink beer. Bizarre. Anyway, I settled on some fruity hard seltzers. 5%, so just as good as a beer. But hopefully not too gassy, because I'm a little bit full after that coffee. Sometimes coffees make me feel a little bit sick. I don't know why I drink it. Not bad. I don't think I'm supposed to drink open containers in public, but there's not really a police presence or anything, and I'll just play the dumb tourist card if they see me, so whatever. By the time I finish these, my trip up the CN Tower just over there, well, it will be time to do that, so I'm looking forward to seeing the views from up there. So, I'm here inside the CN Tower. Sort of ground floor kind of, well, the ground floor is the gift shop, but the elevator's sort of this way. This was once the tallest freestanding structure on the planet until the Burj Khalifa overtook it. It took 40 months to build and cost about $63 million. Adjusted to inflation, it'd be a lot more now, as you can imagine. Let's show my ticket and take the elevator to the top.
Swallow if you start to bother you, okay? Okay. I'm yours. Okay, are you listening? That other building only looks taller.
So those skyscrapers looked in now, the dwarf. Top. Let's take a look. Wow. Shit. Oh, and we've got a bar. There's a bar. I'm in one of the highest bars in the world right now. This is insane. I don't understand how disorienting this is to stand here at this point. These skyscrapers are gigantic and they're like tiny little buildings below me. Holy shit. This is tripping. This is really tripping. It's an exhilarating rush, let me tell you. How far you can see. Let's take a look at the other views we can get. This is insane. I was sat just down there 2 hours ago, all the way down there at the harbour. Oh God, this is cool. Well worth it. This is an essential experience when you come up here to Toronto. My God. There we have the Rogers Centre. €14, 14 Canadian dollars for this beer. But it's not like I can go to another bar up here, is it? So, whatever. Cheers. Check this. Oh, that is a weird sensation. I'm not afraid of heights, but that is pretty unnerving. Anyway, I was just at the bar and I happened to meet a couple from Huddersfield, also in Yorkshire, not far from where I live. Us Yorkshire lot, we get everywhere. Anyway, up to the Sky Pod. Sky's Pod. A little bit less crowded and a much smaller area. And it's actually 33 stories higher than the other observation deck. I thought I was at a high point previously. Check this out. Shit. This is the highest observation point in the Western Hemisphere. Damn, we get to see everything, the whole of Toronto from this point. Although I'm not sure it offers much of a different view, because already that was high enough to get a view of the whole, whole surrounding area. I don't think I'm seeing more. I'm just seeing the buildings looking a little bit smaller, so it's a little underwhelming having already seen it from the main observation deck. I mean, it was only cheap. It was about £5 extra to chuck in the Sky Pod, so why not? But you know, I think the only real draw to coming up to this deck is just to say you've been able to do it. Down there you can see the Scotiabank Arena, where the Toronto Raptors play. Let's take a look at the other side. Is the view any better? No. That's the more basic side of town, I guess. Mostly just little houses and shit like that, no imposing skyscrapers, and city line to see some pretty parks over that way, and nice view of the bay as it curves with some skyscrapers on the other side. Look how sprawling this city really is. North America's mad. Like, cities in Europe aren't really of this scale. Not essential, but if money's not an issue, you just might as well go for it. You know? The problem is obviously the view's a little bit more obstructed up here as well, as you don't have the benefit of the tall windows.
No. Going down is actually pretty more comfortable.
Che cosa?
Non sento niente.
Che cosa ha detto una ragazza? You pop your hair.
What an experience.
You guys want to come back and
Sembra un
visit
po'
again?
troppo. Penso che questa sarà la mia prima e ultima volta.
Amata, hai appena chiesto alla ragazza se torneresti qua a rifarlo.
No, no, no.
She said
Do you want to try? You're now below the
Oh,
building.
beautiful. Bello, bello. Però io ho paura
she's scared.
dell'altezza. L'altezza.
You want to come back and do the edge walk?
You have a fear of heights in a nightmare for you. I saw a couple up there that were like faces to the back of the elevator during the descent. She just couldn't face it, this lady, so maybe if you've got a fear of heights it's not going to really be very fun for you, but anybody else, an exhilarating experience for sure. Good value for money as well. There we are. To think I was at the top of that bad boy. Unreal. Downtown Toronto is mad. We got a Palestine march over there. We got some guys singing for Jesus down here. I mean, obviously free Palestine, you know. I'm all for that. Every day. Shit, just got political again, didn't I? My bad. Anyway, I'm just wandering aimlessly at this point. Might find somewhere to grab a spot of lunch before I head back to Cabbage Town.